everybody. Once again, it's Dorothy, the branch manager for the Newport branch of the Carteret County Public Library. And just so you're aware, it is October, and October is National Cookbook Month. Okay, so if you have watched any of my videos, you will know cookbooks are my jam. I love cookbooks. I love cooking. I don't seem to have enough time to do the kind of cooking I used to do. But I truly love being in the kitchen. You know, everybody has their stress relief. Being in the kitchen, putting together a wonderful meal for my family and friends is my thing. It is my stress relief. I love to read. Reading, I can actually, again, audiobook person, right? Put in the headphones. I can cook away and listen to a book. Ultimate paradise for Dorothy, okay? So I wanted to introduce you to some of our new cookbooks that we've been getting into the system today. So this video is going to be a little broken up. You'll see me pause it a couple of times to get the book, and then we'll kind of explain what they are. But okay, up first, I'm going to introduce to you the Pie Room. So this is a room that's actually in London, England. So it's not the typical pies that we get in the South. These are the pies from England. So we're talking the traditional, like you've seen on the Great British Bake Off shows, those kind of pies, like beef Wellington. And he goes into beef Wellington is a 4-page recipe that goes into great detail about what you need, how to put it together. I think this is a wonderful book if you want to explore a different version of not cooking the same pumpkin or sweet potato or apple or pecan pie. Introduce a new kind of pie to your family here. Try this Pie Room book. It's got great recipes and a little bit of explanation of what the Pie Room is in England. Okay, so next up, we're going to do a table for friends. So this is another British chef that's put together a wonderful cookbook on how to cook from anywhere from 2 people to 20 people. She's put together this recipe book with some of her favorite recipes. And I think the best thing I like about what she does with all of her recipes is at the end, she talks about, be it, like she calls it the star, the main dish is the star. If it's a star, a side, or pudding, we all know that that's the Danish or the dessert for the English world, the England world, right? This book, she puts in what serves well with these different dishes. So she goes over the recipe, like this is pork Wellington with apple and sage, and then she talks about how it's served with, and then gives all the different sides that she served it with and pairs well with. And she also pairs it well with a dessert, which all those recipes are included in the book. So she kind of gives you you pick the one thing you think you really want to cook out of here, and she gives you a menu to go with it. In her recipes, she explains how you can easily stretch them from 2 to 20 people, or these large recipes that you can reduce down to 2. Wonderful cookbook if you're planning on throwing any kind of party or get together with friends, anything like that. This is a great book to come pick up. Next up, we have a guide. So for Christmas, my lovely husband bought me an air fryer. Didn't know I needed it, didn't know I really wanted it until I got one and thought, holy cow, how have I lived without this air fryer? So I went on a search and we found a book on air fryer cookbook for beginners. So this is a great guide that kind of walks you through those. You've had an air fryer for the first time. What can you put in it exactly? What are some different ways you can cook with it? We all know it's an amazing gadget to have in your kitchen. If you don't have an air fryer, go pick one up, try it. Trust me, it changes your life. I personally love the air fryer because my children, who are old enough to be in the kitchen and cooking, can now cook things that I wouldn't normally allow them to do when I'm not around the house. But now they can cook their own French fries, their own chicken nuggets, things like that. We've even cooked chicken parmesan in there, and it was amazing. So again, check out this book if you've just gotten that brand new air fryer and you're not quite sure how you want to, what recipes you want to try with it or how things are done. This is a great explanation guide for that. All right, next up, we have another one of my major food groups that I love. Many of you may not know this, but I was born and raised in Mississippi, just south of Memphis, Tennessee. Yep, Memphis, Tennessee, that one, the home of great, wonderful barbecue. So our barbecue that I grew up with is nothing like the North Carolina barbecue. I have nothing against North Carolina barbecue, but I grew up with that sweet, dry rub with the sweet sauce barbecue and from Memphis. Okay, so we have a new book. This is Rodney Scott's World of Barbecue. Now he is from South Carolina. He started a chain or started a restaurant. His award-winning chef on barbecue, and this book is a great book. Not only touches a little bit about him, but it also, he really goes into what you need in order to barbecue. He talks about the different equipment you need, how to put on the great fire, what kind of fire to use, are you smoking, are you not smoking, his style of cooking, and then he goes into recipes. These great and wonderful, here's pork T-bones. Okay, so great recipes, great pictures, great story. It's one of those cookbooks that not only are you going to learn a lot about barbecuing, but you're going to learn a lot about Rodney Scott. So again, highly recommend this if you're into barbecue. Great try. For my last one, I have two cookbooks, so I'm going to kind of show them and then we'll talk. I will say that recently the charcuterie boards have come to be a thing, and they've been a thing in my house lately. My teenage daughter has decided everything needs to be on a board. We had family over and we hosted this family for a weekend, and we decided we needed to do a charcuterie board for everything. So we did one for movie night, and we did one for breakfast the next day, and we did one for lunch, and we did, so it got a little out of hand, I will say, but we still had a great time doing it. So these are some of the cookbooks we now have. Bites on the Board and Savor. And these two cookbooks are like an introduction into charcuterie boards, what you can put on there, how you can do it. And then it goes a step further in both of them, that they also put, like, when you purchase a charcuterie board, they have different sauces, the great chutneys, the great dips, all that stuff, how to make those from scratch too. So you could literally do your charcuterie board from scratch. These are fun things to put together. Don't be intimidated by them. They look amazing and they're so simple to put together. So much fun to do as a family. My daughter had a blast doing these. So again, I recommend these two, Bites on the Board and Savor. Great cookbooks if you want to get into the world of charcuterie. That was my walkthrough on some of the new cookbooks that we've gotten here at the Newport branch. I would love for you to come and check them out. You can always put them on hold and request them for your branch. But if you want to come here and chat cookbooks with me, I will sit down and talk to you about cookbooks all day long. So I hope you enjoyed this video. And until next time, we'll see you then. Bye.